What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys my review for Boruto episode 290. So lots to talk about in this one, just as you know many of these past Boruto episodes have been too in recent events. Lots of things going on. I do want to say real quick though, pretty much I will be having a decent bit of uploads going on this week. I know that there was maybe a 3-day span I just had where I didn't upload anything, but this week, after this video, I am going to be having a preview breakdown for the next Boruto episode, and along with that, I'm expecting some spoilers to drop this week as well for the anime, so I'll be covering that, and I'm likely going to be making a video related to the Boruto manga, the upcoming chapter, so that should come out this week, and also a video relating to the next Dragon Ball Super manga chapter as well. So that's what I have lined up for sure this week. Going forward, later in the week, maybe some more stuff can come up. But for now, at least expect 3 to 4 more videos this week, in case you guys were wondering. But episode 290. This episode starts off with Nishi carefully monitoring both Boruto and Kawaki. And if you guys don't know who Nishi is, he is pretty much a guy of the sensory team, keeping a close eye on these two. And a lot of people are memeing him, of course, too, because he's kind of seen in some shots as, in similar positions as Itachi was back in the original Naruto run. So people have been memeing Nishi a lot. So the only way to get away from the sensory team is by erasing your chakra signature, and that catches Kawaki's eye. He figures this out from a conversation he's having that involves Boruto, Shikadai, and Inojin, and that's where, of course, Inojin would know that, and so would Shikadai, so that ends up getting revealed. Little do they know, Kawaki could be plotting something here. Next, we have a chat involving Shikamaru and Amado, where Shikamaru is telling Amado that he still believes that all of this that is happening right now is somehow going according to a master plan that Amado might have set. Amado says that that's not true, and that he's truly surprised that Kawaki ended up becoming so attached to someone, that being, Naruto. They then go on to discuss some possibilities about Code and his intentions. Shikamaru gives a little bit of an optimistic view that maybe Code would let the grudge go since it's been a while, but we all know that's not the case, especially the manga readers. If you know, you know. Kawaki, then we cut to him in the Uzumaki household, where Kawaki tells the Uzumaki family members, including Naruto, that he's going to take out the trash. So this is already a little bit suspicious, especially if you've seen the start of the episode. We get a scene of Nishi looking from above. This is where, you can connect him to a resembling shot with Itachi. And Kawaki is aware of Nishi's presence, so he's keeping that in mind. He just takes a random jump in a bush, then comes out of there, and then goes back inside. It's a clone. That's what I thought right away. But apparently Nishi wasn't smart enough to catch on to that one. So he didn't really check beyond that because he could sense Kawaki's chakra still from that clone. So, but meanwhile, Boruto actually ends up sensing a presence from outside of the house. Next, we cut over to Ida, who is telling Code about what Kawaki just did, and apparently him erasing his chakra signature was something he just ended up doing on instinct, which I'm not really surprised, to be honest, that he was able to do something like this, especially with how far his body has gone with the whole Otsutsuki process. It's just another ability that he ended up adding to his arsenal. And it does make more sense later on in the story when more gets revealed. Because some of you guys may be wondering, oh, but Kawaki doesn't even have karma anymore. But you'll see what happens as we go on in the upcoming episodes. So, moving past that, Boruto is then banging on the bathroom door where Kawaki ended up going, and he feels that Kawaki is scheming something, Naruto hears the noise and he ends up coming by to ask what's going on. Only Boruto can apparently sense his chakra signature from outside the house. And he tells Naruto about this, so Naruto goes and eventually opens the bathroom door, and right when he does that, the clone ends up disappearing. And right then, the action begins of Kawaki escaping the village. On the other end, Code is now also after him, and then we immediately get a chase scene of Code popping out of nowhere from his claw marks, and the animation is really, really good here. This is a must-see scene, probably the highlight scene of the episode too. Really, really good, and Code ends up marking Kawaki. Meanwhile, we cut back to the village where everyone is being informed about Kawaki's escape, and when I say everyone, I'm talking about the sensory team, as well as Shikamaru and anybody else, the big guns that would be involved. After that, Boruto ends up deciding to take a chase after Kawaki himself. Naruto, meanwhile, is trying to expand the search within the village to see if somehow they're missing sensing him. So Naruto's not really listening as much, I guess, to Boruto here in this sense. But if, they can't find Kawaki there, Naruto is for sure going to take some action, you would assume. Then we cut over to Code and Kawaki, so we get Code versus Kawaki starting up. Code says that it was foolish of him to leave the village. Kawaki responds with that him running into Code is exactly what he wanted, and that's why he ran away. So Kawaki tells Code pretty much that he wants him to spare the Leaf Village and to kill him instead. Code ends up laughing to this request of his, and he ends up kicking him. Code pretty much goes on this little spree, and there's a really nice art scene too involving the moon where he says that he's inherited the will of the Otsutsuki. I like what they did there. It was a pretty simple but really cool way for them to talk about the Otsutsuki like that. Code pretty much is telling him how he plans on cultivating a divine tree, but before he does that, he wants to kill those that played a role in Ishiki's death with his own hands. So that would be Naruto, Boruto, and Sasuke. He ends up telling Kawaki, though, that he's removed from his vengeance list, and that's because of Ida, of course, but he doesn't tell Kawaki Ida's name. He just says that he has an accomplice, and that accomplice is the reason why he's being spared. As Kawaki is about to be transported away, Boruto comes in with a kick to save him. And this was a pretty cool scene as well. I'm glad the episode did this pretty well. I did enjoy that as well. Also, I want to talk about, I'm going to keep saying this, I'm sure, for the rest of the Code arc, but these new themes that they got going on in the episodes are really good. I'm a big fan of them. Let me know if you are too. Boruto ends up finding them due to Kawaki's presence being exerted a little more in this fight against Code. So, of course, with Kawaki actually having to use his chakra more, it's more easier for Boruto to sense, and perhaps even others if they were in the range. Boruto pretty much tells Kawaki that they gotta hold out till Naruto arrives, but Kawaki says that's the last thing he wants, and that's pretty much because he fears for Naruto's life. He doesn't want him getting involved in this battle. That's why he set out to make this negotiation with Code in the first place. Kawaki says that he won't let him die, even if it cost him his own life. Also, again, I want to point out that this episode, like many of the others of this arc, had some really good art. And I feel like, especially episode 289 and 290 excelled in that end. 289 was for sure the best, and that's because of Ichiro Uno on the art end. But this one was pretty good too, and then 287 and 288 have their moments, of course. In particular, when they're introducing Ida. So definitely some good stuff there. Moving past that, Kawaki pretty much says that he wants to negotiate with the other person since Code won't agree. That's what he's telling Code right now. And Boruto is not feeling this at all. Boruto's not agreeing with this. He's arguing with Kawaki, and then he punches Kawaki. He tells him that he's going to protect him. And it's a cool little scene, and it's funny, it ends up making Ida blush too. I guess one could say Boruto rizzed her up. But to end off the episode, Boruto ends up activating his karma, and this time it is blue. So is this a potential side effect of the medication he's on, or what's going on? Let me know what you think. And that's where the episode ends. And overall, this was another great episode. Just like episode 289, I thought this was pretty on par with that. I think this episode had better animation than 289, although 289 had some pretty solid animation anytime it needed to. But 289 definitely had better art. I think this episode 290 had story content I liked more overall throughout the whole episode. Whereas 289, I still really enjoyed the story, don't get me wrong. And my favorite scene in 289 was the My Stupid Son scene. But throughout 290, I enjoyed pretty much everything throughout story-wise. And all in all, it was just a great episode. I'm going to give this one somewhere between an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10, just like I did for episode 289. So it's on par to be the best episode of this code arc so far. So to give you guys an updated ranking, I would say that episode 290 and 289 for me are at top, followed by 287, and then lastly with 288. And again, I like 288 as well, just not as much as the others. But all in all, that's my thoughts on this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comments below, and that's going to wrap up this one. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.